The Canadian government has reportedly called off its search for mass unmarked graves of children at former church-run residential schools after 3 years of investigations failed to uncover any human remains despite an expenditure of $216.5 million. Accusations against the Catholic Church and church-run schools regarding the alleged cover-up of abuse and murder of Indigenous children emerged in 2021. The claims were sparked by reports that ground-penetrating radar had uncovered mass unmarked graves at the former Kamloops Indian Residential School and Our Lady of Seven Sorrows Catholic Church in British Columbia. Roseanne Casimir, chief of the Kamloops Indian Band, stated that some of the remains were believed to belong to children as young as 3 years old. The allegations were widely reported by the media, leading to a wave of criticism and backlash against the Catholic Church. In response, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau called on the Catholic Church to take responsibility for its purported role in the mass deaths of Indigenous children. He urged the Pope to issue a formal apology to Indigenous Canadians on Canadian soil, a request that was fulfilled twice. Pope Francis first apologized in April 2022 during a meeting with Indigenous delegations at the Vatican and again in July of that year during his visit to Canada. In July 2022, the Canadian government established the National Advisory Committee on Residential Schools, Missing Children and Unmarked Burials to further investigate the claims. However, after 4 years since the initial reports, no human remains have been found at the Kamloops site or at any other locations investigated under the program, despite the significant financial investment. According to a report from the Daily Wire, Canada has now withdrawn funding for the search and will reportedly disband the committee at the end of the month. Despite the lack of evidence, the claims have had lasting consequences. Since 2021, over 120 churches across Canada have been targeted in arson attacks, vandalism, and acts of desecration. The campaign against the Catholic Church achieved its intended impact. But even with the claims now discredited and the search abandoned, no formal apology has been issued by either the media or the government, which led the charge in promoting these allegations. The Church has always been subjected to insults, persecution, and accusations of every kind of evil against her. Even if she is not vindicated on earth, her reward will be great in heaven.